This is Joel from the future with a shameless plug / advertisement. This bed plate has been posted on eBay and this one will probably be getting posted soon. The reason that this is happening, spoiler alert, I am probably moving away for the winter to work because I didn't make nearly enough money this summer. So I am getting rid of this stuff. I don't know how many more I'm going to be able to make of these, if any, because yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to take my equipment with me. So I posted this one on eBay with a starting bid of $250 US-ish. I think it's $320 Canadian. And so yeah, if you guys are interested, I will leave the item number and the link in the description of this video. I just got back from Speeders riding some electric go-karts and I finished editing the video and I decided that I'm going to try to make a carbon fiber intake scoopy thing. The problem, or a problem, is that there's mounting holes here, 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 and here. And so if I just make a carbon fiber shell out of this mold, or not if I do, I am going to just make a carbon fiber shell. So then I'm going to have to figure out how to put little tabs on here and little posts on there. I'm going to have to basically make a way to attach this to the hood. What I could do is simply glue it on. I could probably use silicone and glue it on. That would work. Or I could use epoxy. The problem is if I want to make a few of these to actually sell them, then I'm going to have to figure out a way that they can be screwed on because I can't expect other people to glue them on. I don't know if I've actually shown it in a video yet, but when I make these things, they are 3 millimeters thick solid carbon fiber. And I do have some trimmings or leftover pieces from where I cut stuff off of these. And so what I can do is when I make these, I can cut off little pieces and actually epoxy the carbon in through this little corner piece and make it so that there's a screw hole in it. And then for here, I don't know exactly. I guess instead of the post, I could make a little tab. I could just have something sticking out like that a little bit. What I'm going to try to do for now is just make the shell of the part. Just to try to get experience doing it. It's going to be a little bit complicated to lay the fiber in there. I think I've got it figured out how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to make a basic part just to figure out if it works, if I can do it. And then once I get it figured out and have a couple of shells made, then I will figure out how to actually attach them to the hull. All right, so this is what I have so far. I laid out some tape inside of the mold and cut out a pattern. So I'm actually putting this in a few pieces. This is all one piece with a cut in it here. And then this is going to be one separate piece here. So I made a pattern in this area, stuck the pattern onto the carbon, cut it out, used some spray tack to put everything into the mold and then peeled the tape off. And I've repeated that process here. So now I've got to peel the tape off of the carbon here, and it's pretty tricky to do because you got to peel it off without pulling the carbon back off of the mold. I'm watching the Jet Ski Brothers live stream, or the recording of the live stream. I just missed it live. So I'm watching that and infusing this part. I guess I should set you guys up somewhere where you can actually see it. I'm about to open up the valve on the epoxy and let it flow in. And whoa, I'm not going to do any timing on this because it's pretty small. It's only going to take a few minutes to infuse. Open up this valve and let it in. I might have to mix up some more epoxy. I only mixed up 100 grams, so I will almost certainly need to mix up more, but I didn't want to waste a ton, so I'm going to start infusing and see what happens.
Drama. Yeah. Yeah, I've been running and running to keep it 100, it's all that I wanted. But lately I don't get the stomach. The higher the summit, the harder the plummet. They know me all over this planet. I'm just a man and I can't understand it. Proud that I win and I did it myself. Probably wouldn't if I got the help. Hearing subliminals all on myself. Feel like I'm breaking, I'm falling to hell. Told me I'm sick and I tell her, oh well. Rather be dead than to know that I failed. Live for the chase, life is a race. I'm out of space, so me get on my face. I got a taste, well the whole plate. Finna get laced if you step out of place. Like, first off, you don't run nothing. All talk and your team bluff it. My squad, we all dream crushing. We ain't rushing, no discussion. All I know is us made for this. Paid for this, yeah, slave for this. Been down and I'ma get it right. Get on sight like.
I've now sucked up 100 grams of epoxy into the part. I didn't weigh any of the material, so I don't have any idea if that's a reasonable amount of material. We'll only know once I pull this part out of the mold if it worked. I've got the line crimped off and I'm going to leave it pulling a little bit of vacuum on it for a little while just to allow it to, yeah, you can see that it's not fully wet out all the way around the edges. The part itself looks like it got infused quite well. While I've been waiting for this thing to cure up, I've done some trim work on the air intake vent for the X2. I haven't cut the front piece out yet, but I've got the rest of it trimmed up and it's turning out quite nice. I am going to be making another one of these. I was going to make one today. I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead with that because I've got to keep an eye on this. All right, folks, in breaking news, I'm making another one of these vent things. And I'm pretty proud of myself because I've actually figured out how to lay this in one piece. Mind you, I have been using tack spray, but I think that's only fair for what I'm doing. So yeah, now all I need to do is trim up the edges, fold them over, put a little glue on these surfaces, and then of course bag this up and infuse it. I'm going to try a slightly different method for infusing it this time. I got way too fancy last time with it and it actually didn't work terribly well. So I'm going to try to keep it simple this time. Alright, I got this set up and I'm going to try to infuse it. It does have a small leak somewhere, but I'm not able to find it, so I'm gonna go ahead. I've looked for a couple of hours now to try to find the leak, and I just can't figure out where it is, so I'm infusing from the center out to the sides. That's what I decided on doing. I'm using the low viscosity infusion resin. I'm not using any infusion mesh, so this is a bit of an experiment. I don't know if it's going to work at all. The reason why I didn't use the mesh is because I didn't want it to puncture the bag, and I ended up with a leak anyway, so yeah.
Been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like. And I'ma get it right, dead on sight like.
Over in this corner here, it didn't infuse very well last time, and also up through this corner. So it's in that corner now. We'll see what it does, but it's already working its way up through here, so I'm happy about that.
Never really know when you're gonna go. Why you gotta put another foot in front of yours? Bury them toes, carry them close. I was never one to care about my mentos. I was like froze, now I'm on floor. Give me that smoke, but I can't get high. We do the most, here to inspire. Doing what I'm supposed, but I can't get tired. Run for your life every night. See in the dark, blind by the light. I got the spark, I got the pipes. All of my arts coming to life. Had to face my fears while I chase my peers, and I found my spot. About time that I found myself. I've been out here walking that walk. Like, first off, you don't run nothing. All talk and your team bluffing. My squad, we all dream crushing. We ain't rushing, no discussion. All I know is I was made for this. Paid for this, yeah, slave for this. Been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like. First off, you don't run nothing. All talking, your team bluffing. My squad, we all dream crush it. We ain't rushing, no discussion.
I'm gonna just show you and look at your face. You can tell me if it's, I kind of have a feeling like there might be some airy things. Oh, that's light.
Yeah, there's. Oh no, never mind. That's the hole that you need to cut out.
Some void in the front.
That is crazy light.
Stupid. Eh?
Like this is ridiculous.
Oh, it's way better than I thought. But based on the way you were like.
I seen the ridge at the front, and I was like, "What pressed in the end?" Then I was like, "Oh, that's where you cut it out."
Yeah. That is stupid.
Yeah.
And that's not even trimmed up.
No. That's crazy.
It's stupid. It doesn't even make sense. That's 48 grams untrimmed.
Yeah, and there's a lot to trim off.
It like you feel the thickness of it, and it doesn't feel like it should be strong. You just like cardboard.
Yeah.
All right, YouTube. I am extremely pumped on the way this thing turned out. The camera cannot convey to you guys how light this thing is. It just seems kind of ridiculous. The original one I think is 74 grams. And this one isn't trimmed out, so keep that in mind. I'm going to do something here, and you guys, hopefully your minds are as blown as mine is. Hopefully you guys can see the scale. I'll do it in ounces first. 1.7 ounces, 48 grams. This is 4 layers of carbon fiber. And so I tried to measure it right at the part. It is almost exactly 1 millimeter. And so what I'm gonna do next is stand on it. Hopefully that's in shot. I'm not a heavy guy. I'm 164 pounds, 165 pounds. That's all my weight right on top of this. Got some dirty footprints on it, but it's holding up. I've already made one of these. It didn't turn out as well, and I shipped it off to Jack Rieger, I think is how you say his last name. Yeah, this one is way lighter than that one, and probably as strong or stronger, and a way nicer surface finish. It did end up with a green flake across the top here. I don't really care, but anyway, I'm really pumped on this. I'm really happy. This is going to be one of the next projects that you guys see me working on. This is the SXR 800 ride plate mold, and as you can see, I've started to lay the carbon fiber in place. I currently have 1 layer of 2-2 twill laid down, and earlier today I designed the layup for the carbon fiber, so I know exactly what materials I'm going to use, how many layers of it, and in general where the layers are going to go. So I'm going to be doing that within the next few days. But I am extremely excited about this. I've been carrying this thing around with me all day, drooling over it. I got it all trimmed up. And I wish I had a rotating platter with some sort of light booth so I could show you guys just how amazing this thing is. It looks amazing. I'm really excited that I was able to get the cloth to lay down in one piece. The carbon layer that you're actually looking at is one solid piece of cloth. There was no cuts in it, no reliefs in it, no pleats in it or anything. It's just one piece of cloth laid down flat into the mold. Not only am I extremely excited about the way this turned out and the fact that I was able to lay it down in one piece of carbon instead of having to do any pleats or cuts, but I'm also really excited about how much this thing actually weighs. Oh, the scale is on. Look at that. We'll zero it out. This thing will start in ounces. Quite conveniently weighs 1 ounce or 28 grams. That is ridiculously light. This thing feels like it's like a cereal box. It is almost exactly 1 millimeter thick. Depending on where you measure it, it's either like 0.98 millimeters or 1.09 or something like that. But this turned out extremely well. I could still do a little bit better job bagging. I did get a little bit of bridging on the back side. I'm not sure if the camera can pick that up, but it did get the carbon pushed into the corners well enough that I didn't get any bad cosmetic effects on the outside. My collection of carbon fiber parts is getting a little bit ridiculous. If you guys haven't seen the video yet, you will be seeing it soon. I have made some pump stuffers. One of the videos that I've already released showed the black carbon ones that I made out of scrap, and this one I made out of some green carbon for my own personal use. And you guys either would have just seen that video, it would have either be, I'm not sure when I'm going to release it, so it's either released right before this one or right after this one. But yeah, pretty happy with the way that turned out. I made this template so that I can make more of them. And yeah, extremely happy with the way this stuff is going. I'm getting better at doing this. It's becoming a lot of fun. I actually got some more supplies in today, but I'm not going to show you guys that because this video is getting long enough already. That is going to do it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.